What is going on, Lucid fans? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So today I'm going to do a little bit more of a different video. I just want to talk on one thing that is going to make Lucid a very big deal, and not only that, get its name out there. So this is something that you definitely need to watch for, especially considering there is a lot of demand consistently growing. But I'm going to discuss all of that. But before I get into any of that though, making sure you guys hit that thumbs up and subscribe. But with that though, live ticker going at the very bottom, down roughly about 2.5%, 4.2 million for volume, 26.5 is the average, and that is a 6-month average, and 425,000 shares being purchased by institutions and hedge funds just today alone on the secondary market. So today is a little bit more of a sell-off mode. It was very much green for Lucid, so it's all over the place, and you can tell that based on the intraday chart. So the intraday chart, you can even see as of recently, it is just in a little bit more panic mode. So, but regardless of all of that, I'm not really going to necessarily touch on the price. I want to talk on growth. So there was this news that did come out recently about Q1 growth, saying that as far as EV sales increased 60% from the quarter prior. Very beneficial and very exciting. And most likely as well, since the gas prices are as high as they are, you're going to see a nice rotation into a lot of EVs. So most likely this kind of increase is going to consistently happen until most likely 2024, if not a little bit longer. So there was previous things as well that did come out. So right here, so Lucid CEO, so Peter, did say that they're going to do a $25,000 vehicle within 4 years, which very conveniently as well. So in a recent interview, he did say that they're going to be doing a $50,000 vehicle by mid-decade, which exactly matches what he says here. But obviously with increasing commodity prices and inflation and all that, it jumped from probably 25 to 50, but still, this is where you can make a lot of money. And this hands down is what I want to discuss. Why Lucid is doing the marketing the way they are, and why this lower price vehicle is going to be a very big deal breaker, because the consensus and mentality when it comes down to a Lucid is this. And there was a good poll done on Twitter that I just want to reference because it kind of encompasses everything. So Lucid Air did post, "Can I ask a dumb question? How much household income per year is needed to afford a Lucid Grand Touring, which is a $150,000 vehicle?" And majority is saying that it's $500,000 or more. So that's a little bit more of an interesting component, because Lucid is seen as a very luxurious vehicle, very expensive vehicle, high quality, which definitely is a very good way to do it. And when Lucid came out, a lot of people started to talk about Lucid's marketing. Why aren't they having a lower price vehicle to accommodate for the lower class or middle class per se? In reality though, I think based on a marketing standpoint, it is a lot more beneficial, and it's been proven to have a higher quality vehicle, maintain your composure, and such as Porsche or something along those lines. You have a high quality vehicle which is very expensive, and so now technically you have your name known as a very high-end vehicle. So it's better to do it high and then go low versus having a lower class vehicle trying to integrate into a more of a luxurious component or that sector. So this is very beneficial for Lucid doing it in that component, and how they're actually doing it, very successful if you ask me. I know technically to kind of appeal to a higher class, this is why maybe we're not getting as many reservations as for instance Tesla, because I know when Lucid came out the gate there was a huge talk on Lucid is just going to completely take over Tesla like next year, which isn't realistic. But in the end though, once Lucid does have this lower price vehicle, and assuming that there is going to be a continuous increase in overall EV sales and demand, then yes, Lucid is going to do a lot of good things, especially like I said with this lower price vehicle, and especially how people's mentality about it being a very luxurious vehicle. It is a win-win for long-term investors, and this is why we have a huge institutional presence, and I say this all the time. I've never seen any company that has had the huge institutional backing that Lucid has. Even taking out the PIF, there's still a huge amount of institutions that are fully supporting Lucid. And like I said, I've been investing since 2009 and I have not seen this once. So this is why Lucid is a very, very big deal, and a lot of people really need to watch for it. And despite all that though, there is still a lot of fear. You can see it is selling off quite heavily right now. Right now, just want to give you a quick update on some short information. They are actually increasing. It's pretty flat for the day though, 0.14% up, works out to be 403,000 shares being additionally shorted. And right now, 23.79 is the official short interest, which is extremely high. And out of anything, I've been really covering SoFi, and there's been actual very obvious manipulation on SoFi. But when it comes down to Lucid, this is the very first time that I actually have seen this. I want to point your attention to the cost to borrow. So there's cost to borrow max 58%, cost to borrow average 45%, which is still relatively high. But looking at this, cost to borrow minimum negative 0.76. So typically that shows when it is negative that there is a broker out there that is physically paying people to short Lucid. So take that how you see that. I'm not a financial advisor, so do your own due diligence at the end of the day. Just when you see that kind of situation happen, that makes you question what is happening behind the scenes. Who wants Lucid to go down? Who's going to benefit from that? So again, it's one of those mysterious things that happens behind the scenes. The dark side of investing is there is a lot of manipulation. It's been there since day one. Everyone works in their own best interest, and when you see cost to borrow, there is a broker out there clearly not really liking Lucid. So I find that very interesting, but at the end of the day, this is a long-term investment. Who cares about the short term? I know it sucks, but you just need to take the emotion out and then realize that you are investing for even 5 years out. 5 years out, there's going to be so many things that is going to make Lucid a household name, especially getting this lower price vehicle out there. Lucid's name is going to do a lot of good things, and that is why I think a lot of people are now looking really highly about that Goodwin festival that recently happened. Obviously, Lucid's done a lot of good PR for that, which fairly was free for the most part, and Lucid was able to get their name out there. So I definitely like that, especially considering as well we got a lot of good titles from that. But with all that, don't forget to hit that thumbs up, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Let me know your thoughts overall on Lucid and your thoughts on this lower price vehicle, or even if you think that will ever come, because there is some people as well saying that Lucid's being all talk, that they have this as potential, but it will never actually amount to anything. I find that a little bit more far-fetched, but let me know your thoughts on that. If you haven't already, like I said, hit that thumbs up, and don't forget to have an amazing long weekend, and let's all make a lot of money on Lucid.